believe his eyes. A real dinosaur. No, it can't be, he thought. I'm seeing things. There it was again. James had had a very tiring day moving heavy rocks, and he was just going home for a rest. I've been overdoing it, he thought. I'll try less rocks tomorrow. Maybe that won't make me so tired. He just kept seeing a dinosaur. I think it's following me. Although it can't be real, but it seems real. He met Percy. Percy, have you seen a dinosaur on the loose? Don't be silly, James, said Percy. There are no dinosaurs alive anymore. James left. Percy's right, thought James. There are no dinosaurs. I'm just seeing things. Not again, thought James, and he hurried off. He met Thomas. Thomas, are there any dinosaurs still alive? No, of course not, James, said Thomas. Not even one, said James. No, said Thomas. James left. I must get some rest, he thought, but he was sure he was being followed. He met Thomas again. What have you got there, Thomas? Said James. It's a dinosaur, said Thomas. So there are dinosaurs still alive, said James. No, James, this is a dinosaur skeleton. They all died millions of years ago, said Thomas. You don't think that maybe one didn't, said James. No, said Thomas. James carried on his journey. He then met Thomas and Percy. What "What's that?" said James. "Oh, that's a dinosaur skeleton that we're moving for the museum." "What's that green?" said James. "Sorry, James," said Thomas. "We played a prank on you. We covered the skeleton in green Play-Doh to make it look real. Look, if you press this switch, it moves." There was no real dinosaur. It was just us messing about. James was so pleased that he wasn't being followed by a real dinosaur. "What a lovely morning," thought Thomas, looking out of Tibna's sheds. And off he went. Thomas was staring right at the ground. Where has the turntable gone? The turntable connected all the sheds together, so only one piece of track was needed to get to them. But today, it wasn't there. "What's all the noise?" said James. "What have you done with the turntable, Thomas?" said Gordon. "How are we going to work today?" said Henry. "Are you all right, Thomas?" said Percy. Sir Topham Hatt arrived. "I'm not quite sure what's happened," he said, "but I'll get a new turntable put in straight away." On the other side of town, laughter could be heard. Tom Moss the prank engine. I think it might have been you. It didn't take the engineers long to fit a new turntable, and Thomas was the first engine to use it. It was good to get out on the track again, and Thomas was enjoying the journey. Then he had a bit of luck. He heard Tom Moss laughing and immediately knew that it was him who took the turntable. "I need a plan," he thought. "Yes, I know." Off he went to meet Percy and James, and he told them his plan. A little later on, he met Percy near Tom's tunnel. "Tell the other engines to meet me by the signals at the garden shop," Thomas told Percy quite loud, "in 1 hour's time." They left, but Thomas doubled back. He saw Tom Moss leave his tunnel. The plan was working. Tom went towards the garden shop and changed all the signals to red. Then he hid. Meanwhile, with Tom on the other side of town and out of his tunnel, Percy and James were very busy bringing large bricks backwards and forwards. They completely bricked up the back of the tunnel. They also hid a pile of bricks behind the trees near the front of the tunnel. Thomas went to the garden shop. The signals were red, so he waited and waited and waited. Having caught Thomas, Tom Moss crept away. Thomas saw this and knew the light wasn't really red and followed. Tom, pleased with his work, reversed into his tunnel. Percy and James sprung into action and bricked up the front of the tunnel. Thomas arrived. "Did it work?" he said. "Yes," said Percy. "He's now trapped and won't ever get out." But as they were celebrating, Tom Moss burst through the wall and headed for the forest. "After him, Percy," said Thomas. But Percy didn't move quick enough, and Thomas knocked him over and came off the track himself. Oh dear, Tom Moss got away again.
"Ooh," said Thomas excitedly. "Is there a clown on the Isle of Sodor? Maybe there's a carnival. I must tell Sir Topham Hatt." And Thomas steamed away to find Sir Topham Hatt.
"Oh, hello, Thomas. What brings you here?"
"I found a clown carriage. Is there a carnival here somewhere?"
"Not that I know of, Thomas, but I'm sure we can quickly make one."
So Thomas left the station to tell all of the other engines, who all started to find different items for the new carnival. Meanwhile, the Joker was trying out his plan. My plan works. Soon, the Isle of Sodor will be mine! That's odd. There are fireworks over the Joker's factory. I hope he's not up to anything.
Okay, Thomas and Percy, I have two important jobs for you today. Thomas, I need you to pick up some guests for the carnival. And Percy, I need you to collect the clown. Let's go!
Soon, James found the 2 trucks of fireworks which the Joker had placed there. "Oh, these will be so good for the carnival." So James took them.
Oh, good idea, James. Just be careful with them. Fireworks can be very dangerous if they catch on fire.
Meanwhile, at the Batcave,
Stop, Thomas. I need your help.
"But Batman, I need to collect guests for the carnival."
I'm sorry, Thomas, but I think it's a trap. I think the Joker is planning something evil.
"Oh no, now that you've mentioned it, I think he is too. I didn't find a clown carriage earlier. I found the Joker's carriage. We must go and save everyone." The Joker entered his clown carriage and let Percy pick him up and take him to the carnival. Ah, you fools! Now you are all doomed!
Oh no, it's a trap!
No!
I've got you now, Joker. Thanks, Batman and Thomas. Once again, you have saved the Isle of Sodor.
So minions, this is the plan. Queen Elsa is visiting the Isle of Sodor for the first time, and Sir Topham Hatt has 3 expensive gems to give her as a present. We are going to kidnap Queen Elsa and steal those jewels. Mwahaha! The Isle of Sodor was buzzing with excitement. Queen Elsa was visiting for the first time, and every single engine wanted to meet her. I heard she's really pretty. I heard she has magical ice powers. Thomas was on his way to the Sodor Palace with Queen Elsa in one of the carriages. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting there with 3 expensive gems to give her. And so many engines came to watch. There were naughty engines. There were engines that came all the way from Brendan Docks. And some of the engines even dressed up for the occasion. Thomas was nearly there when suddenly he crashed into some minions.
What's going on?
Nyahaha! Smirked Gru. Queen Elsa, this is a kidnapping. If you could come with me, please.
Banana?
You won't get away with this, Gru.
Now to begin phase 2 of my plan. Diesel 10 picked up the carriages to continue the journey.
I thought Thomas was picking up Queen Elsa, said Murdoch.
Oh well, she's here now anyway, said Arthur excitedly. Music started playing as Diesel 10 rolled up to the front of the Sodor Palace.
Introducing Queen Elsa! Hello.
She is beautiful.
I thought she'd be taller.
Huh? Look! Huh? It's snowing! It's snowing! Woohoo!
It's snowing because I'm angry. Ha!
Oh, nice one, Queen Elsa, said Thomas. Hop in and let's get to Sodor Palace.
Huh? Huh?
Queen Elsa, these gifts are for you from all of the engines on the Isle of Sodor.
Ooh!
Thomas and Queen Elsa were steaming along as fast as Thomas could go.
Stop right there.
Uh-oh.
I'm the real Queen Elsa.
Quick, run! Run! Ah! Ah! Ooh! Uh-oh.
Now take those imposters away.
Ow! Ow! Ouch!
Uh-oh. It's Tom Moss. Looks like he's up to no good. Meanwhile, it was the end of a hard day's work for some engines. And one by one, they went to sleep. Then, Tom Moss arrived. He meddled with the engine's brakes. In the morning, the engines woke up and left for work. The problems then started. Thomas was approaching a signal, which he had to stop at to let James pass by. But he couldn't stop. Close one. Phew, said Thomas. But the other trains weren't as lucky. Sorry, Hero, I couldn't stop, sulked James. Neither could I, replied Hero. Tom arrived. Oh, I knew you were behind this, said James. Percy and Rusty couldn't stop either. Oh dear. Sorry, Percy, my brakes aren't working, said Rusty. Mine didn't work either, said Percy. Unfortunately, Tom had a special surprise for Thomas. Tom had destroyed the bridge. He had a great view. Oh dear. Tom was proud of his work, so he started to head back to his tunnel. Oh no, sulked Thomas. Sodor was a mess. Luckily, a couple of minions arrived.
Are you alright, Thomas?
No, not really. Tom Moss did this. Can you catch him? Thomas asked. The minions liked the challenge. Tom was escaping until he saw something. It was the minions.
Hello, Tom.
Tom ran away, and the minions chased.
Hello. Whee! Woohoo! Steady. Steady. Yes.
The minion landed on Tom.
Yes. Woohoo!
Tom wasn't getting away this time until he went through a tunnel.
Oof.
Tom got away and headed straight into his tunnel. So the trains were cleared up and put back on the track. The minions returned to Thomas. Did you get him? Asked Thomas.
Nearly.
Oh well, maybe next time. Thomas was on coal duty. He was delivering it to the engine sheds. Chomper was at the coal yard to load it into the trucks. Coal please, Chomper, said Thomas, so he filled the trucks. There you go, said Chomper. Thomas thanked him and left. But a strange thing happened on the way. When Thomas passed through a tunnel, his coal disappeared. But he hadn't noticed. He bumped into Percy. Sorry, Percy, I can't stop. I'm delivering coal, said Thomas. But you're going the wrong way. The coal yard's the other way, said Percy. What? No, I've already picked up the coal, said a confused Thomas. No, you haven't. Your trucks are empty, said Percy. That's strange. I saw Chomper fill them with coal. Where did it all go? Wondered Thomas. So he reversed off back to the coal yard. That was a very quick delivery, said Chomper. I didn't deliver it. I lost it on the way, said Thomas. That's strange. Oh well, I'll give you some more coal, said Chomper. So he filled the trucks again. Be careful this time, we're running out of coal, warned Chomper. We can't afford to lose any more. Thomas understood and left. But again, it disappeared. He reached Percy. It's gone again, Thomas, he said. So a frustrated Thomas went back to the coal yard. Oh, not again, sulked Chomper. I won't lose it this time. If I push the truck, I will see exactly when it disappears, explained Thomas. So the truck was put in front of him and he pushed it away. In the tunnel, the coal disappeared again. It disappeared in that tunnel, thought Thomas. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw a coal-filled truck leave. It was very suspicious, so he followed it. It went into an area which trains weren't allowed to go in. This is very suspicious, he thought. So he went in and immediately saw the culprit. Diesel 10. Got him, thought Thomas. I've got you now, cried Thomas. Oh no. Why have you been stealing my coal? Thomas asked. Diesels don't need coal, so without it, I can show that Sodor can be run by diesels, said Diesel 10. Well, your plan hasn't worked, said Thomas. He called Sir Topham Hatt. Diesel, you're in big trouble now, said Sir Topham Hatt. You're going to have to deliver all of this coal as punishment. Oh no. So Chomper loaded up all of the trucks. And Diesel reluctantly delivered them to the engine sheds. Oh, not again! It's Tom Moss. Meanwhile, Sir Topham Hatt was telling some engines what they were doing for an important party that day. Engines, this party needs to go well. So Thomas, you're bringing the guests in Annie and Clarabelle. Percy, you're bringing the presents. Stanley, you're bringing the balloons. And Diesel, you're bringing the decorations, which are wrapped up in parcels. So the engines knew what they were doing. Unfortunately, Tom Moss wanted to spoil the party. He got Thomas first, who was bringing the guests. He attached a smelly truck full of fish to the back of Annie and Clarabelle. And Thomas didn't notice. Do you smell fish? Asked Thomas. Next, Tom got Percy, who was bringing the presents. Tom swapped the presents for coal. And Percy didn't notice. Then Stanley got pranked. He was bringing the balloons. But Tom overinflated them. So when Stanley started moving, he floated away. "Ah! Get me down!" he cried. And finally, Tom pranked Diesel, who was bringing the wrapped up decorations. Tom added very heavy weights to the trucks, making them very hard to move. So when Diesel wanted to leave, he just couldn't. He finally got moving, but he had to use a bridge. He really struggled up the hill. until the coupling snapped. Uh-oh! The trucks were out of control, and Percy was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh dear. Tom arrived. Oh, it's you again, sighed Percy. Diesel arrived. He didn't like being pranked. So he chased Tom. Meanwhile, in the air, help! Help! Iron Man heard him. He knew he had to save Stanley, so he shot some balloons. So Stanley floated down to the ground. Diesel had to stop chasing Tom because Stanley was blocking the track. So Tom ran back to his tunnel. Iron Man landed. Oh dear, it's a bit of a mess down here, he said. So he helped sort out the mess. Thank you, Iron Man, said Percy. Now I just need to get these presents to the party. Percy? Those aren't presents. That's coal. Oh no, then where are the presents? Asked Percy. Don't worry, I saw Tom swap them. I found them behind some bushes earlier, said Iron Man. Oh, thank you, Iron Man, cried Percy. So the trains took their trucks to the party. Thomas had taken the guests, but they had to put up with the smell of fish for the journey. So the trains had all got there on time, and the party was a success.
The periscope on the lookout was broken. Rubble and Ryder were trying to fix it. Then there was a lot of noise. What's up with Chickaletta? Said Ryder. Chickaletta had lost her egg, and it was due to hatch soon. Chase and Rocky looked around. No, it must have gone farther. Thomas pulled up. I can help look, said Thomas. Hop on board. Rocky had to stay and help mend the periscope, but Chase and Chickaletta got on Thomas. They left. We need to get this periscope fixed so that we can look for Chickaletta's egg as well, said Ryder. They looked all around for Chickaletta's egg.
Train!
Excuse me, Minions, said Chase. Have you seen Chickaletta's egg?
Just a minute. No, sorry. Can we help you look for it?
Yes, please, said Chase. The Minions hopped on board.
Ooh! Roller coaster!
Thomas left. They all looked around for the egg. Then they met the Dancing Bunny. Excuse me, Dancing Bunny, have you seen Chickaletta's egg? Said Chase.
dancing bunny.
Is it one of these? Said the dancing bunny. I'm getting ready for an egg hunt. Chickaletta got down from Thomas and looked at all the eggs. No, it's not here, clucked Chickaletta. They thanked the dancing bunny and left. Thomas saw Pepper and stopped. Have you seen Chickaletta's egg, Pepper? Said Chase. No, I'll just look around, she said. No, I can't see it, but can I help you find it? Said Pepper. She hopped on board Thomas.
Ooh, Peppa Pig.
Off they all went looking for the egg. Thomas stopped by McQueen. Have you seen Chickaletta's egg, McQueen? Said Chase. No. I'll just look, he said. No, I can't see it, but can I help you find it? Yes, please, said Chase, and he hopped on board.
Boom, boom, boom. Fast car on a train.
They carried on. Tom lost the prank engine. Thomas stopped.
Ooh, Tom Moss. Prank.
Chase got out. Have you seen Chickaletta's egg, Tom Moss? Said Chase. It's due to hatch very soon and she must get it back. Tom Moss saw how much the egg meant to Chickaletta and admitted he'd taken it. He agreed to take them to it. Off they went. They all stopped. Wow! In front of them was the biggest chocolate egg any of them had ever seen.
Ooh, chocolate.
That can't be Chickaletta's egg, said Chase. It's chocolate. Tom Moss said that he had put Chickaletta's egg inside the chocolate egg when it was being made. We just need to break the chocolate, said Chase. I can hear something inside. We'll never crack that, said McQueen.
Ooh, chocolate.
Tom Moss said he'd try and drive into it. That must crack it. He tried. Nothing. Join us next time to find out how are they going to open the chocolate egg? Will Chickaletta get to her egg before it hatches? Who is going to eat all that lovely chocolate? What else has Tom Moss hidden in the egg? Right, the story so far is that Chickaletta has lost her egg that's about to hatch. Thomas and Chase took her to look for it and along the way picked up extra help in the form of some Minions, Peppa Pig and Lightning McQueen. But they found out that Thomas the prank engine had taken the egg and put it in a giant chocolate egg, and now they can't break it open. McQueen was the first to have a new idea. He raced off to Radiator Springs to find Frank. Frank thought it would be fun to break a giant egg, and off they went. Chickaletta was in a panic. Frank got ready and no movement at all. Chase had called Rubble. He hoped Rubble's drill attachment would go through the chocolate. No, that didn't work either. Pepper came over. My brother George breaks most things, but I don't think he could break that egg. Sorry. The Minions decided to climb up to see if there was an entrance at the top.
Yay! Wow!
There wasn't, but then there was trouble.
Bang!
Thomas had an idea. He went to find some friends. At the tea shop. Captain America, Hulk and Thor. "Can you help Chickaletta please?" said Thomas. They agreed and off they went.
Woo! Avengers!
Captain America, Hulk and Thor.
Hey, look! Smash!
Right, said Captain America. My shield will crack this. No. Your turn, Hulk. You need to be really mad, said Captain America. I know. Captain America then ow! Stamped on Hulk's foot. Hulk was now really mad. Still, he couldn't break the egg. Thor tried with his hammer. Nothing. Then it started raining. Let's take shelter a moment, said Chase. They turned around. A bolt of lightning had hit the egg and it had cracked open. They couldn't believe what they saw. The egg was absolutely full of goodies. Chase dived in looking for Chickaletta's egg. He found something in yellow paper. It was a little live pet's hedgehog. Chase went back in and found 2 eggs. Chickaletta couldn't remember having 2 eggs, but she was delighted. Then 1 egg hatched, followed by the other. Chickaletta now had 2 chicks. Well, little live pets, golden hatching chicks, but she was delighted. She also had a new hedgehog friend. Everyone else was so full of chocolate they couldn't move. It turned out that Tom Moss had stashed loads of Mash'ems in the egg, and we'll have to open them in other videos. Thomas then asked Tom where he got the Mash'ems from. Tom didn't want to answer that one and ran off, followed by Thomas. So all turned out well. Chickaletta had 2 freshly hatched little live pets hatching chicks and a new friend. Good morning, Tom Moss the Prank Engine. I see you've been helping out at the zoo. It doesn't sound like you, but well done if you have. He left. Shortly afterwards, Thomas arrived with Annie and Clarabelle. It was a lovely day and Thomas had brought a lot of visitors to the zoo in his carriages. Then there was trouble. A tiger appeared by Thomas. "Quick, everyone get in Annie and Clarabelle," he shouted, and they did. Thomas looked at the tiger enclosure. There was a fence missing, and the tigers were walking out. Thomas went to warn the zookeepers, but some tigers got in his way. The tiger looked at Thomas, and Thomas looked at the tiger. Eventually, the tiger moved, and Thomas continued. Then there was even more trouble. 2 of the polar bears had found the seals and the penguins. A lion and a leopard were in with the zebras. An alligator had found the polar bear's enclosure. Someone had been removing the fences. There was a snake in a bird tree. There was a gorilla on one of the stations. There was a snake on top of a building. And a chimpanzee had found a new home on top of a very high rock. Thomas left Annie and Clarabelle for a moment and helped get some spare fences for the zookeepers. After a short while, all the enclosures had been fixed and the animals were back in them. All except the chimpanzee. The zookeepers couldn't get it down from the rock. Thomas had an idea. "No, no, absolutely no," said Gordon. Thomas arrived back at the zoo with Gordon on some trucks and brought Gordon around to the chimpanzee. And clever Thomas had brought the indignity Gordon, who had bananas all over him. Clever Thomas. The chimpanzee saw the bananas and came down.
First I get covered in rubbish, then they use me as a monkey trap. Oh, the indignity,
said Gordon. The chimpanzee realised that there were actually no bananas to eat and that he could get more food in his enclosure. The plan had worked. Thomas took Gordon away and returned for Annie and Clarabelle. They collected all the visitors who had hidden themselves in the buildings. Everything was now back to normal and no one was hurt, luckily. Looks like you got away with it, Tom Moss. Although those fences by your tunnel are a bit of a giveaway. Thanks for watching our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe and then watch one of these other stories by clicking the picture. See you soon.